Hello, welcome to another video. In this video today we're going to be talking about manifesting more money today. Manifest more money today. You can do it. I know you can do it. I'm so excited to be here. I am Jesylee. I'm a mindset manifestation alchemist, self-love queen, a spiritual baddie. And before we get into this video, I just want to say that I do have one-on-one coaching available. Limited spots are available, so definitely apply if you are interested. I have the link below for the applications. There is a 30-minute chat which we will go through your what you're looking to work on and see if I'm the best fit for you. I've also got the 8-week Fem Money and Love Mastery program. So it is designed for someone who's wanting to attract more money and feel sexy as a fuck while attracting an overflow amount of money and feeling confident in their skin, because I definitely think they both go hand in hand. Who else would love to manifest an over amount of money and feel confident as fuck in doing it? Like, duh. Like, you could feel wealthy as fuck and be so magnetic to love and like have all these men after you, or women, if this is if that doesn't get any better, I don't know what does. So that is below. If you want, click the link below if you want to apply. That's the same thing. We'll go through a 30-minute chat to see if I can best help you. I've also got the 3 free meditation videos. It's a bundle, which I'll leave below. And lastly, my Facebook group, where I provide free live trainings as well, kind of like this, but it's more personalized. And it's just an amazing community for like-minded people that are trying to manifest. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I have manifested a lot of money in the past, and I won't really go into this video. I have another video which I'll link below. It is how I manifested 10k in 14 weeks. I also manifested 20k in 3 months. So I feel like by now I'm kind of pretty good at it without sounding really cocky. But I also talk about how to attract money in the Facebook group as well. So definitely go in the Facebook group. Like, I love the Facebook group. It's amazing. But firstly, we need to understand that money is just a tool. Money is just a resource, right? It's just a resource. It's just a tool to get us the things that we want and need. And I understand why people put it on a pedestal and make it such a big deal. I 100% get it. I did it myself. We need money to do things in life. If we I get it. But again, just thinking that it is a neutral resource. It is a tool, and when you look at it that way, it is such a game changer. But it's all about what your belief is around money. So we have these beliefs that either money is really hard to receive, people that earn a lot of money are greedy, we don't feel worthy enough to earn more money than what we are currently getting. Like, we define our value by how much money we have, and so on and so on. So these are all just simply beliefs, and these beliefs are, just flip the page. These beliefs are just carried out from when we were conditioned from the way that we were taught and the way that we have grown up. So it is simply just how we've been programmed, and it's just a belief, and it's not how it truly is. So what is our belief around money and why? You want to be able to understand what your particular belief is around money and why. So it could be that you feel like you don't or you aren't worthy of earning more money. And I know that's one thing that I used to feel that way around money. I used to think that I could only earn a certain amount of money. I used to remember thinking money was so hard to earn, because obviously my parents used to work really hard, and they obviously didn't have a lot of money. So my belief was around money for my whole life was that it was just really hard to earn, and it was really hard to receive. But I just want to remind you that money is such a neutral resource, right? I've said that before, but money is limitless. Money is limitless. There's like so much money out in the world. So I just want you to take a moment and just think. Imagine, just take some time and imagine you just get rid of like all your beliefs, everything, get rid of it, like everything that's going on right now. And I want you to take a minute and just think and imagine the amount of money that you're trying to desire or that you would love to manifest. I want you to imagine that you have that money right now. So imagine just whatever that value is, whether it's $10,000, $1,000, maybe it's just even $100. I want you to really dive deep. I want you to feel, get into the emotions and the feeling of how you would feel having that money. How would you act? How would you walk around in the streets? What would you be thinking? What would you be feeling? What would you be doing? Imagine having that money. How would you feel, right? Take a minute and just really imagine and embody that version. Like, how amazing would that feel? Like, just, I remember when I was manifesting $10,000, I used to always return to the feeling of feeling so fucking amazing. Like, I would feel like in my heart I would have like that fuzzy warm feeling. And so every time, oh wait, I'll say that later. I'm getting ahead of myself. So now, rather than going back to that feeling, I want you to now, so rather than going back to the feeling of lack, I want you to now actually think that is possible for you. So everything that you felt, everything that you saw, you felt, you envisioned, you embodied, it's possible for you. And so everything, I don't know why Siri does that. Everything that you desire is simply meant for you. I'll say that again. Everything you desire is simply meant for you. And the reason why is because I like to think of it as like angels or your spirit guides or your ancestors, whatever you believe in, the universe, whatever you believe in, God, is like planting a seed or giving you little hints or like nudging you into the right direction. And you may look at it different, but I like to think of it as a desire is always meant for you. If you desire something, it's like someone is telling you that it's meant for you. So just remember that everything you desire is meant for you. I want you to like drill that into your head. I need to make like t-shirts or something. You are able to manifest it 100%, right? So everything you desire is meant for you. Now I want to get into the manifesting part, on how to manifest money easily, well, today. So let's say you're wanting to manifest like whatever amount you want, right? $10,000, $100, whatever. You want to make sure that you firstly embody the version of you of having it. And like we just did before, how would it feel to be the version of you that had the money? And I'm telling you right now that this was the crucial part of me manifesting the $10,000 and the $20,000. It was me really embodying that version of having that money. What you receive is a vibrational match. I have to read this, I'm sorry, because this really is a tongue twister. What you receive is a vibrational match for what you put out. So if you are in the state of constant lack, That's the vibration, that's the frequency, the energy that you're bringing out. That's what you're going to receive in return. So if you're embodying the version of you with the $10,000, you're in that frequency, you're in that vibration of having that money. So you're therefore putting that out into the universe, therefore it's going to come back. You're going to receive that in return. So what you put out, you receive. I feel like I did okay. I remember writing that down. I'm like, I'm going to struggle with this. I'm going to have to like really look at my notes. So once you get that right, and once you get into that feeling and you're like, yep, I've got it. Now, the next step is to continually stay in that state. And I know it's kind of easier said than done, but I'm going to help you with it. So the goal is to stay in that end result, to stay in that state. And it's all about figuring out what works best for you. And I've got a couple of, I've got about 6 things on the list that have really helped me with doing that. So I'll give them to you, and you find out what works best for you. Maybe it's none of them, maybe it's something else, but I'll give them to you anyway. So you want to make sure that your goal is to stay into that version as much as possible. As much as possible. Out of everything that I've manifested, and I have used so many different tools, I've used so many different techniques while manifesting, and this really, I think, personally, in my opinion, is the most effective way of manifesting, especially for me anyway. I've tried so many other things. There's so many techniques out there, right? You go on YouTube, you go watch videos, and there's so many techniques. And I feel like, yes, it's the right one that works for you, but I feel like this is the most logical one, because at the end of the day, right, everything's energy, everything's frequency. So if you're vibrating at a particular level, then you're going to attract that back. And so if you're resonating and vibrating at that particular state, at that level of frequency, then it's going to come back to you. And that's, out of all my experience with manifesting, that's been the most quickest way that I've been able to manifest things. Like manifesting 10K in 14 weeks, like I honestly didn't think that was possible. Did not think that was possible, and it freaking worked. And it worked so fast, and it was also at the start of my manifesting journey. So I definitely was really persistent in staying in that end result and that end goal, and I feel like that's where it's really crucial. So you don't want to return to the frequency of lack. And the problem and the most common mistake that I see in my clients, I've been a victim to this too, is that we always refer back to our current state, which is the state of lack, because we always look at our current reality, and then we go, well, it's not here. And when you look at it this way, your current reality is just from previous manifestations. So you need to allow it time to be able to materialize and allow it to come into physical. And the best way that I like to kind of interpret this is, your mind is so much faster and is operating so much faster than your physical reality. So it's like, and I got this from Roxy Talks, but it's like when your mind is like on 4 or 5G, so it's like really fast, the data's really fast, but then your reality is like on 3G, it's quite slow. So because our mind's operating so fast, it's going to be able to catch up to our reality. And so you have to give it time. So when we're manifesting and we want to stay in the state, for us to be able to stay in that frequency, and continually stay in that frequency, we're giving it that time to be able to show in physical form. I hope that makes sense. That's the easiest way that I can kind of say it. So do everything you can to stay in the frequency. I don't mean this in a way of it feeling forced or feeling bad, because that's not how it should be, but it should be a way that feels really good for you. So we'll just get right into it. For me, meditation and affirmations are the best way that helps me, and affirmations are like mindset affirmations, like I am always on track, I am always manifesting everything I want. Like, it's kind of stuff to realign me, but you will find affirmations that will work best for you. So I'll go through the six steps that have really helped me stay in that state of being, in that embodiment of having that manifestation, which in this case is money. So number one is, well, this isn't really number one, but meditation is a no-brainer, I believe, in my opinion. You want to make sure you're meditating in the morning as you wake up, because you're still in that sleep-like state, and when you wake up, it's easier for you to get into that meditation because your mind is still half asleep. So if you can in the morning, meditate that you put a specific money meditation on in the morning, and then do it again in the afternoon as a pick-me-up. So meditation is like a no-brainer. Number one, because I didn't include meditation as number one. Number one is journal affirmations. So write down multiple times whatever feels good for you, but this is an example. Thank you for, or I am so happy that I received $10,000. I am so happy that I received $10,000. I am so happy that I received $10,000. Or thank you so much for the $10,000. Whatever like works best for you. I can't remember what I wrote, but I used to write down all the time. I received $10,000. That's what I did. I received $10,000. I received $10,000. I received $10,000. I received $10,000. Write them down as many times as you like until your hand gets sore, I always like to say. You want to feel into when you're writing it as well, because like I said, you're using more than one sense. You got your 5 senses. You want to use more than one sense. And sense, is it sense or senses? I don't even know. Maybe comment below. But you want to use, you're using 2, I think. Oh God, I'm getting worse and worse. But just when you're feeling into it, you're embodying the version more easily. Number 2 is doing the things that make you feel good. This will keep your vibration at a higher level. It will help you overall feel good. So going on walks, nurturing your body, taking a bath, singing, dancing, whatever makes you feel good, and whatever keeps you at a high frequency. Because like I said, frequency, vibration, the higher it is, the quicker it'll come back and attract you. So making sure that you're at a high vibration and a higher frequency to allow in your manifestation of money, in this case money. Number 3 is, I wrote badass affirmations. I love these. I freaking love these. So I would always drown my subconscious mind. I would saturate my subconscious mind with badass affirmations. So it would be like, I'm a badass. I manifest anything I want easily. Everything I want comes back to me multiplied. Like all that stuff. I'm magnetic AF. Like those stuff really help me. Like it's like a reminder. It's like, yeah, I am a badass. I am a freaking badass. And another thing that I just thought of right now that may help you, and I tell my clients this as well, is that, and this is kind of unrelated to the affirmations, but I'll just say it anyway. When I like to look at like our 3D world, a reality, as a video game. And if you follow me on Facebook, in my Facebook group, I mention this in one of the videos, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I do. So you want to make sure that you're You look at your current reality as like a video game. Like, I literally look at life as a video game. I imagine myself as though I'm actually up here and I'm looking down at myself and I'm full controlling it with like a remote control or like a puppet. So when you look at that life that way, you kind of, for me anyway, you kind of get this sense and this feeling of you've got more control. Like, I have control over everything because, one, you really do, but two, it's just easier to visualize and to wrap your head around it. So if that helps you, comment below. I'd love to know if it helps anyone else or if it's just me and I'm just really weird. So badass affirmations is number 3. Number 4 is healing. Now, healing has really freaking helped, and I recommend it with everyone that's going through their like spiritual journey, their self-development. And with manifestations, it's so freaking potent and important. If you don't want to do it, then maybe just ignore it, but I really think healing will help. More importantly, there's hypnosis. There's hypnosis meditation, which you can just find online. I listen to hypnosis meditation every night, and mine's specifically for abundance. There's so many different ones you can do for, in this case, money. And if you want to listen to your headphones all night, like, it helps reprogram the subconscious mind, and it's so what's the word? Like, it works without you realizing it works, if that makes sense. So listening to it every night will help reprogram the subconscious mind, and it works freaking wonders. Trust me, I've been doing it for like the past 2 weeks now, and already I notice I don't feel I don't have as many negative thoughts during the day about money, if that makes sense, and whatever else like I'm trying to manifest at the time. But in this case, it's money. And also, because I'm also listening to abundance as well, I'm feeling more in my I'm feeling more in my body. I'm feeling more in alignment. I'm feeling more of that abundance, and it actually plays like, it's so subtle, but it plays such a big part and a big role. So hypnosis is really good. Another one is Eft tapping. So freaking good. So in our body, our body's made up of energy, right? And our mind. So we carry energy throughout our whole body, and especially when we've carried trauma throughout our life, and even in past lives, we actually hold specific traumas in our body, all around our body. And so when you're doing EFT tapping, it's actually releasing that. I know there are certain points, like under the armpit and stuff like that, but for me, and this really helps, because I suffer really bad anxiety, or I did, I'm kind of working on it. I suffered, and I said this in another video, I suffer really bad anxiety, and I can feel it in the body. So before I'm going live, I'll do some tapping, and you tap, the points that you would be tapping is here, it's on the top of the head, it's here, 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 and here. So it's just really, and you can also close your eyes, and then you can go around as well, and while you're doing it at the same time, and you're also saying out loud, you're saying a statement out loud. Like, if it's, for example, like, I'm worried I'm going to stuff up in a video or something like that, or if I'm really nervous in a video, I would affirm I would start off by saying, I know there's so much to it, and I don't really want to get into it too much, but I would start off by saying, I know that I'm scared, and I'm nervous to record or do a video. I can't think of it right now. Usually I write it down and then I remember it. I know that I'm scared, and I'm nervous about recording, but I still love, care and nourish myself. and then you do it throughout the whole points, and then throughout the whole thing, you will start off by, I know I'm scared, blah, 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 but I still love, nourish, and care about myself. And then you'll go, I'm no longer scared, and do you know what I mean? Like, you go, I will do a video one day, and I'll write down the things. I'll write down one so I can give you a proper example. But the point is, at the end of it, you'll get down to your tapping, and you'll be like, I am no longer scared. I'm no longer scared or nervous about recording, and then you keep going through that, and then eventually you get to a point where you're like, holy shit, like the energy is completely gone throughout, you know, the body and the mind, and your mind doesn't circulate those thoughts. So it's really good. Whew, that was hard to get out. I'm really sorry about that. So EFT tapping is really fucking good. Like, it's like Chinese medicine. I'll do another video on that. I just do it to my knowledge, so obviously I don't know a whole lot, but I do know enough to help other people and help myself. So if this is something that you want help with, I can offer that. Otherwise, definitely I recommend you seeing someone. Whew, almost done, guys. I'm really sorry. Number 5 is be wary of how you act around money. This is so freaking important, right? So, and this I've done this myself, and I've also seen other people do it. So when you're acting, be wary of how you act around money. So when you're spending money on bills, how are you acting like? Are you spending with hesitation? Are you constantly looking at your bank account, which is what I used to always do. I used to always set a certain amount a week for myself. I would set like $200, and I would constantly, 1, go to my bank account to make sure I had the money, and 2, I'd be transferring as well, so I'd always know how much. And like, yes, it's good to know how much money you have in your account, but it's also bad. It's also a bad thing. You want to make sure that you're not getting in the habit of looking at your bank account all the time, because at the end of the day, you've got that $10,000, right, or how much you're manifesting. So you want to make sure that you're visualizing, because if you're visualizing, you're doing all the work to make sure that you can embody and know how it looks and feels like to have the money. And then you go to your bank account and you're constantly looking at the amount you actually have, because remember, it's just going to take time to materialize. So don't even worry about how much the money you've got in your account. If you've got something that you need to buy, or if you've got bills to pay, don't stress about it. You want to make sure that you have the mentality and the mindset of, I always have the money to buy things that I want, or I always have money to pay my bills. And when I was manifesting the $10,000, I would always make sure that I had no hesitation around money. Every time I got a bill, I would pay it with love. So pay your bills with love. Rather than go, ugh, I got a bill. Pay it with love. Yes, I got a bill. I'm paying for it. Did you see straight away how that shifted? That the feeling shifted straight away, right? The frequency and the feeling around what I just said. And give some money to charity. Like, if you have the money, just give a little bit of money. Give it to someone homeless. Give it to, maybe a cause, a particular cause. Like, giving money to charity is also so effective, and it's such a good feeling. I don't know if you've ever done it before and if it makes you feel good, but frick, it feels good for me. So give money to charity. Pay bills with love. Don't constantly look at your bank account. Don't hesitation to pay your bills, and just treat money as though it's endless, or that you have that amount that you're trying to manifest. And the last one is the daily reminders. You want to remind yourself that you are worthy, you are deserving of having everything and anything that you desire. Everything that you desire is meant for you, right? Everything you desire is meant for you. If you desire it, then it's yours. It has the potential to be yours. It's up to you to make the decision, or to make the choice to do the things that you need to do to be able to manifest it. But at the end of the day, you deserve it all. You are so freaking deserving and worthy of having that amount of money. Endless amount of money. there is endless amount of money. So make sure that you remind yourself on a daily basis that you are worthy, that you are deserving, and you can have it all. Like, it is all available to you. Love yourself, love who you are, and also love the journey. Love the freaking journey. I remember when I was manifesting at the start, I was like, I just want to get to the end goal. I just want to get to the end result. Love the journey that you are on. And I guess this isn't really towards the money itself, but you in particular, like with everything else that's going on around you, because money is just like a simple fraction of what you're trying to manifest, right? There's so much else that's going on around you. You want to make sure that you love yourself, like you love the journey that you're going on. I used to be so fixated on wanting to manifest money, wanting to manifest this freaking business. Like, starting this business was so stressful. And like, I got so caught up in wanting to do it that I stopped loving the process. And it took me so long to start loving the process, and now I enjoy it. I enjoy the growth. I enjoy everything I'm going through. So I guess this hasn't really got to do with the money side of things, but it's also really important at the same time. Love and enjoy the process, the journey. So I hope you found this video effective. I would love for you to comment below if you have found anything that resonated with you, if you've implemented something. Like I said, I absolutely love you telling me like, hey Jess, this helped me, blah blah blah, or this helped me, like you really helped me with saying this or this. Like, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I love helping people in any way that I can. So this is the end of the video. I also would love for you to follow me on Instagram if you can, because I would love to connect to you on Instagram and Facebook. But other than that, I am so happy that you've watched this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.